Welcome to the October 2024 Las Vegas Real Estate Report. In this video, I'm going to cover the September Las Vegas Valley key housing stats, talk about inventory increasing and why that's happening, what is going on with interest rates. They went down, they're back up. We will discuss why. End of the year opportunities are huge with select builders across the valley if you are ready to buy by the end of the year, or at least go under contract by the end of the year. And I'll finish up today with what are the opportunities for buying or selling or both right now in the Las Vegas Valley. Hi, my name is Jan O'Brien, along with my co-team leader, Cosmo Marabi from Urban Nest. We have a team of seasoned veterans covering all parts of the valley. Make sure you reach out to whoever might have sent this video to you. We are here for all your Las Vegas area real estate needs. Jumping into the housing snapshot for September, I'm just going to focus on single family homes. Before I do that, though, I will say that $299,500 is a new record for condos and townhomes in the Las Vegas Valley. So that's a new high for a median sales price, up almost 11% year over year. But I want to stay focused on single family residences as reported by the Las Vegas Realtors Association. We were up about $3,000 from August numbers for a median sales price of $479,900. 2 months ago, it was right at 480. So we've been a little bit flat for these last 3 months, really close between like 140, 475 and 480. But that is up 6.6% year over year. We had 1791 units sold. That is really down, and that's part of the story. This basically is how many homes sold and closed, meaning they closed escrow in the month of September, which means that they went under contract 30 to 60 days prior to their closing date in September. This number is down several hundred, and I'll show you that in just a moment. This coupled with this number, units available, which is up 34%, is simply the inventory number, which is stating this is just a snapshot number. For the last day of September, there were 5,458 single-family homes on the market without an offer. That is up significant. It's been creeping up, and it's basically because we have the scenario that has really come together here with people waiting. Now, interest rates have a lot to do with that, the economy, and also the presidential election. I think that is all causing people to pause and wonder whether they want to go and purchase a home right now. And for sellers, it's all about they are doing the same thing, and it's been like this for basically 2 years because most homeowners that have a mortgage have a mortgage interest rate that is below 4%. I mean, some people have as low as 2 point something, 3 point something. We are not going to see those interest rates anytime soon. So that is a tough decision for a seller they love their interest rate, but they may not be in love with their home anymore, but they're still pausing. This is why we have a low amount of listings. It's better than it was last year now. It's up 15% year over year. But if we compare that to years prior to COVID, that is a low number of overall listings for this time of the year. Let's look at that data this way. So this chart really, that last chart was just for the months of September snapshot. Here it is for the last 2 years of data, and just can see back in January 23, we were at 425 sales price. It continued to creep up all year, flattened out, and then we continued to do that here in this year in 2024, and we're seeing a little bit of flattening, very similar to what we saw last year. The sold, you can see just if we look at 2024, January 1479, we got up in the 2000s. All the last 6 months or so, been somewhere in the 2000s with a high right here about 2,400, and we're down to 1791 again. That is buyers not buying, and for the reasons that I just discussed, okay? And that here is that available inventory. So just let's look at it for 2024. 3551 in January, keeping right around that number. Now, starting in June, 4,100, 4,600, 5,268 was a high last month, and we're covering right there a little bit lower. But again, that is a really high number of availables comparatively speaking. All right, here is that graph for the median, just as a bar chart, visually be able to kind of show you the trends. We started 2023 really flat, 425. It was actually like that in December of the previous year. Now we jumped up, we had a little bit of movement here, and it flattened out. So we kind of ended the year at 450, 449, dropped a little bit in January, and then we just saw a steady increase all the way through to July, and 480. It dropped a little bit. We're back to basically 480. Okay. That is the numbers there. And here's those interest rates. Okay. This is just a snapshot from Mortgage News Daily. This is an entity that just reaches out to lenders across the country and does a daily, not a weekly, because rates are very volatile. They conduct a daily survey of lenders across the country to see what are they charging for 30-year, 15 jumbos, ARMs, FHA, and VA. And the red indicates a movement up. And the green means, it went down, whatever the percentage point is there. You see a lot of red in the last 30 days. So basically back in September, prior to the Fed's announcement, the mortgage industry anticipated they were going to do at least 25, 50 basis points. They ended up doing 50, but they had already changed the rates and lowered them. And then as time went on from that 18th announcement by the Fed, we saw other data come out around the economy, jobs report, positive news for the economy, inflation trickling down a bit. The jobs report was better. The unemployment rate was better than anticipated. And consequently, the market reacts to that. The bond market reacts to that. And interest rates went up. So we are now hovering as of 10/23 at 6.92% for a 30-year conventional loan with no discount points. And this is an article from that same day at Mortgage News Daily. Great resource if you like to track the rates and what's happening with them. If you're into that, just go check out Mortgage News Daily. There's an app you can actually download. We look at this several times a day to see what's happening. And I just highlighted right here, threats include election-related volatility, key economic data, and the Fed's next policy announcement. Well, the Fed is meeting in November next month. We'll see what happens. They thought maybe they were going to do another maybe 25 basis points, but maybe they're not going to do anything. I personally feel, and looking at the pulse of the economists and the experts out there, most people feel the interest rates are going to kind of stay where they are through the end of the year. Maybe a little bit of minor percentages, tenths of percents moving up and down until we get through the election. We see what's going on, and we all just maybe get into next year and see where we're headed. So volatility. But this is where the opportunities come in and looking at new homes, and that's what I'll be showing you here in just a moment. So if you are a buyer in the Las Vegas market, there are definitely a little bit more opportunities because of the available inventory. The best opportunities to be able to negotiate, and that is what we're great at here on our team, is because we understand really well what is going on in the market, and we can look at every different neighborhood and give you all the data to make a good decision, looking at comps and looking at if things are priced well or overpriced. But the best opportunities are the homes that are sitting on the market that might be 60 or more days on the market, meaning the best opportunity to negotiate, getting things like your close concessions from the seller to maybe buy your interest rate down or cover some closing costs or negotiate the price, for example. The opportunities are there, and that's what we'll be able to help you with. However, a lot of those homes that are sitting on the market are not maybe in renovation style, meaning turnkey. They might be 10, 15, 20 years old or older in areas of town that you desire to be, but the sellers might not have updated the flooring or the kitchens and the cabinets and countertops and so forth to today's standards. And so a lot of people will walk into those homes and say, yeah, there's too much work to do here. So that's why those homes are sitting on the market. Conversely, a home that comes on the market that's older, that has been updated, or one that's a few years old and has what people like in today's, style and interiors and so forth, not as much carpet for a lot of people. Those are the properties that everybody jumps on. And so there could be multiple offers, and you might have to be, more competitive in your bid compared to the ones that have been sitting on the market. Now, there are definitely some opportunities in new builds, several builders, not all of them. However, the majority of all builders in town always offer some type of incentive when you work with their preferred lender or lenders, okay? So that's the caveat to that. You have to work with their lender, but there's a variety of different incentives, from closing costs to special interest rates to, money to help buy down the interest rate and so on. So here's just a little snapshot of that. And really, the opportunities right now, you'll see it online on signs as you drive around town. Year end savings, really. So the builders that have standing inventory, homes that are under construction or about to be done between now and the end of the year, this is where the incentives are. So here opportunities are over here at Lennar, where they're actually reducing some of their prices, and every week these things change. This is why you got to reach out to us. We know what is happening. We have contacts with all the builders. They change based on what's going on with the interest rate and the economic data themselves, but a lot better than 6.9. You can get 4.99, for example, at this builder. Here's conventional at 5.5 plus closing costs, or the builder is covering these costs, by the way. So you can get it a 3.875 year one and a 4.875 year two through 30 at another builder, similar for FHA and VA. And then there's even more 321 buy downs. There's just all types of programs. Plus, we can sometimes negotiate a price, closing cost, and special financing. Now, there are qualifications for all these. There's certain credit scores. A lot of times for some of these deals, you got to be putting at least 10% down. But for FHA and VA, that a VA could be no money down. FHA is 3.5% down. So there's a lot to talk about. That's why you need to reach out. We're happy to do a personal one-on-one consultation for you to discuss your personal wants and needs and help you decide if now's the time or if perhaps it might be later. All right, let's talk about it. If you are a seller in the Las Vegas market, where are the opportunities? I continue to say this every month because this is what the opportunity is all year. You may want to wait until the interest rates do come down. Now, when are they going to come down? Boy, if we knew that, we had that crystal ball, we'd all be in great shape, right? We'd be able to time the market. And it's almost impossible to perfectly time the market. We know the trends after they happen. We can sort of predict what's going on just by staying on top of it, but we never really know because it just depends on so many factors regarding the interest rate anyway. So you wait till the rate comes down. That's probably going to be a year plus at this point, because we're up in sevens, right? And I think a lot of people were hoping we could get into the fives. I don't know how long that's going to take, but at some point you could wait there when everybody decides to jump back into the market post-election and starting to feel okay, then maybe we're going to see more demand. And if we don't have enough inventory and we get a lot of buyer demand, that of course is going to help someone selling their home because it's going to be competitive and the prices are going to go up. Alternatively, if a bunch of people put their homes on the market, but the buyer demand is not there to buy all the properties, this is where we could see a decrease. So it's just economics, supply and demand. And the bottom line is you can't get the best of both worlds. If you are a seller selling, you can't sell high and then turn around in the same time frame and necessarily buy low. We can find deals out there, but the market is what it is. It's either a buyer's market, a seller's market, or kind of a combination. That's what I think it is. It depends on the home, the location. But right now, the buyers have more opportunities, okay? So reach out to us. Let us help you sit down and analyze all the data and take a look at your particular situation, and we'll be happy to help you with that. That's it for the October Las Vegas Real Estate Report. Again, I'm Jan O'Brien, Urban Nest Realty. Please subscribe to the channel. I do this update every single month. You can follow us on TikTok and on Instagram, where we update you on the areas and show you tours of homes and so forth.